Welcome back. I help faith-driven women break cycles, find clarity, and step boldly into their calling. If that's what you've been searching for, you're in the right place. Let's get into today.
Good day, good day, good day. I want to welcome you back to today's video. And we're just going to jump right into it. Today, I want to talk about peace is a system, not a feeling. Listen, peace doesn't disappear. Our peace, it gets displaced. You don't lose peace, you lose rhythm. And peace isn't a feeling that just visits you when life is calm. It's a system that keeps you steady when life isn't. When life gets to lifing, peace is what keeps us steady. So if your peace keeps slipping, then that means that it's time to rebuild your system. Most women of faith treat peace like an emotion, something that just comes and goes depending on what's happening around them. But peace, it's not fragile. Peace is actually a fruit and it's meant to grow and remain. So here's the truth: peace breaks when your life is structured around reaction instead of rhythm. You pray for calm, but you live in chaos. You ask God for stillness, but your schedule screams noise. Peace isn't lost because God stopped speaking. It's lost because your system stopped supporting it. So let's get into our three DDB life keys. When we talk about discern, you have to discern where your peace leaks. The root issue is that your life is organized around emergencies and not priorities. So you spend more time responding than actually resting. If you look at family patterns, you might have grown up in survival mode. So chaos, it just feels normal, and peace, it feels uncomfortable. The psychological truth is that our nervous system, it can't sustain constant alertness. We were not built to live in that state of constant alertness. Without structure, your body stays in that fight or flight mode. And we were never meant to stay stuck there. Philippians chapter 4, verse 7, it calls peace a guard. That means that peace has structure and it's meant to protect and not please you. So, our discernment tool is to ask yourself, when did I last feel peaceful? Ask yourself that question. And what system was in place at that time that I've now abandoned? Right? Ask yourself that question. Now, let's get into our second life key, and that's dismantle. We have to break the lies that make peace seem impossible. I got four lies that I want to share with you. Lie number one is that peace comes when life slows down. That is not the truth. The truth of the matter is that life won't slow down. Life never slows down because life is going to keep on life and life is going to keep on going. Life keeps on moving. Peace comes when you learn to move in rhythm with it. Lie number two is, well, if I rest, I'll fall behind. The truth of the matter is that rest is how you recover momentum. So when we are still, the stillness isn't losing time. Stillness is regaining clarity. Line number three, chaos is just a part of my calling. Chaos is not your cross. Disorder, that's not our destiny. Peace is the atmosphere of divine order. Why? Because Jesus is peace. He's the Prince of Peace. So if we want to truly step into the truth and step out of the lie, we have to understand the source of where the peace comes from. And that source is Jesus. Lie number 4 is that peace depends on people leaving me alone. That's not true. The truth of the matter is that peace is it's an internal structure. It's not external silence. So you can be surrounded by all of the noise. You can be surrounded by all of the chaos. You can be surrounded by all of the confusion and still be unshaken. So I want you to practice the dismantle exercise. The dismantle exercise is to write down your top 3 stress points. What are the top 3 stressors that you have in your life at the current moment? And then ask yourself what system could remove or even reduce this stress the next time? Because peace is not about avoiding conflict. Peace is about building structure that prevents overload. Now, our third life key comes from the build. The build is where we create systems that sustain peace. So I have 5 steps for you. Step number 1 is to schedule stillness. Schedule stillness. Set daily, what I call quiet anchors in your routine. It could be 5 minutes, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, just for that time of just silence or even prayer. The second step is to protect your margins. Block 15 to 30 minutes of breathing space between meetings or your calls or your tasks, because peace lives in the margins. You don't want to just go back to back to back to back. I'm not telling you something that is just theory. I'm talking about something that is practice and practical, because I've had to do it. I've had to do it. And I had to actually be intentional about blocking time off on my schedule between appointments, right? Now, step number 3 is to establish boundaries for chaos. Don't let emergencies set your pace. When everything feels urgent, and I'm talking about everything, I want you to pause and ask, is this mine to fix? Because we have a habit of wanting to be fixers, wanting to make it all right. But God did not call us to be fixers, right? Step number 4 is to build order from before overflow. Build order before overflow. What does that mean? That means to organize your calendar, organize your workspace, organize your priorities weekly, because order in your environment creates order in your mind. Usually what I do, and I have an electronic calendar, but I also have a planner that I use, and I go through at the top of the week and I still plan out my days. And that has been, it has been very beneficial to me in keeping that order in my life. Now, step number 5 is to audit your inputs. What does that mean? Peace is also mental stewardship. So sometimes we have to limit the noise. We have to limit the news. Sometimes we even have to limit people who drain our energy. Yes, even people, places, and things. So the spiritual truth is that peace is a system that starts with presence. So the more your structure honors God's rhythm, then the more peace becomes your normal state. See, peace, again, it is not the absence of pressure, it's the presence of order. And you don't pray peace into your life, you build peace into your life. Now, I'm going to always give us my tech tip. One of the ways that I use AI is that I would ask it. I told you that I have a paper planner, I have a wellness planner, which Shameless plug. It is available on the website. But I use my planner to create my schedule for the week. And so, one of the ways that I do it, depending upon what I have going on for the week, is that I will ask it to create me a weekly peace schedule. For example, you can give it a prompt to say, design a weekly plan that includes daily stillness, rest, and margins for it could be whatever, an entrepreneur, stay at home mom, a high achieving woman, a minister, whatever your function may be for that person, balancing work, ministry, and family, or business, ministry, family, whatever it may be. And then let AI give you structure so that you can focus on staying centered. Now, this is how you make peace permanent. It's a way for us to make peace permanent. You discern where it leaks, you dismantle the lies that make chaos normal, and you build systems that guard your rhythm. So peace is it's not fragile. It really isn't. Peace is structure. But to keep it, you need accountability and order that match your calling. So stop treating peace like a mood because peace isn't a mood. Make peace a system. Listen, I want you to register for our October the 21st Masterclass, where I'll show you how to build rhythms that make peace your new default. The link is going to be in the description. You can also scan that QR code and in the corner there. But listen, thank you so much always for tuning in, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay. Listen, I pray that it's a blessing to you. Have a great rest of your evening.
If today's message spoke to you, don't stay stuck another year. Book a call with me today. The link is in the description. And before you go, keep watching by clicking the next video on your screen. I'll see you there.